At this point, we needed phone service fast. Luckily, this was our long distance service and a new local client was still able to call us. How embarrassing that would have been. Calling their new telemarketing company and finding out their phones are disconnected. Still, we had 20 people with nothing to do. Because we didn't want to lose them, we decided to pay them and let them go home. I thought this was the fair thing to do since it wasn't their fault that we were too stupid to run a business. We had a loyal group of hard-working employees, even though they were getting paid only $8 an hour. Many of our employees had families and were living at poverty level. With the level of debt we accumulated, what difference would a few $100s more make? That night, we mailed a check to MCI for $22,000. The good news? We had $25,000 in the bank. MCI agreed to turn our service back before they received the check, if our bank would verify that we had the funds and if we assured them that the check would be mailed in 2 days. If it didn't arrive, our service would be turned off again. The bad news? We had already mailed checks out for nearly $27,000 that hadn't been cashed or hadn't cleared. But hey, we had 2 days to figure this out. Our service was back on, and we had a new client that could save the company. Somehow, I convinced our new client that we would need a deposit to set up the infrastructure. Buy new equipment, train, recruit, anything else I could think of that sounded expensive. I worked out a deposit and it came amazingly close to $27,000. Sure, it was gone before it came in the door, but having a bank account of zero was not something we needed to be worried about. Fortunately, the accounting department at the computer store was messed up too, and it took them months to bill us for anything we bought. And then we took months to pay them, and they didn't seem to mind. We were able to get the new servers and enhanced network equipment from them without any cash up front. We were finally on our way to building a successful, sustainable company. We eventually became Infoplex, but that's a totally different story. Stay tuned for my wrap-up next week.